San Antonio Spurs fans, I just found a great article that gives us a good idea of all the draft capital we have that we can use to trade for players in the future or build our team through the draft.
Go, Spurs, go, 'cause the Giants stink.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. I just came across this article from Hoops Habit from last month that was updated post the trade deadline, and it really gives us a clear picture of all the draft picks we have, where the protection is, etc., etc. I really wanted to go over this again with you guys because I get asked a lot, how many draft picks do we have coming up? What are the lottery protections, etc.? So I figured let's talk about it again today. While I'm going over this, drop a comment down below. Are you surprised at how many picks we have in certain years? Looking at you, 2026, 5 second rounders. Hit the thumbs up, like for the channel, subscribe to become part of our wonderful San Antonio Spurs community. Let's get into the article from Hoops Habit. The most important one, this upcoming draft, 2024, we have our own first round pick. That'll probably be anywhere between 1 and 7. I think that's the farthest we can drop. We have the Hornets first round pick. Well, the Hornets are the 4th worst team in the NBA. That pick is protected 1 through 14, so it's lottery protected this year and next year. And I agree with Hoops Habit. It is unlikely to convey. It'll probably convert to 2 second round picks in 26 and 27. So forget that Charlotte Hornets first round pick. We ain't ever going to probably see that. We do have the Raptors first round pick. However, that is top 6 protected. They say likely to convey. I'm not so sure about that, Spurs fans. The Raptors have lost 7 in a row. They are absolutely just depleted with injuries. They're kind of a battle between them and Memphis for that 6th spot. Of course, they could always move back when the lottery gets revealed. I don't think that's going to convey. I don't. We also have second round picks coming up. We have the Lakers second round pick in this draft. Whoop-de-doo. As far as 2025 is concerned, this is where things really start getting interesting, Spurs fans. Interesting. We have our own first round pick. Then we have, I forgot about this one. We have the Chicago Bulls first round pick. Now that is protected 1 through 10 next year. If it doesn't convey, so if they have like the 8th overall pick, it is then going to roll over into 2026 as a top 8 protected. And then if it doesn't convey, it rolls over again into 2027. You're not sure what I mean by convey as if that pick is protected and you were supposed to draft it. It just goes over into the next year. I don't know what happens in 2027. Do we just lose it? It doesn't say. But I forgot we had that pick. And then we have the Atlanta Hawks first round pick in 2025. Unprotected. That is guaranteed to convey. If the Atlanta Hawks blow things up, and they could obviously send Trae Young our way, but if they're terrible that year, no matter where they pick, 10th, 3rd, 1st, that pick is ours. Those Atlanta picks from the DeJounte Murray trade are going to have a lot of value. Then we have 3 second round picks, our own, the Bulls, and the Pelicans. 2026, we have our own first round pick, and then we have Atlanta's first round pick, but it's a pick swap. That means if the Spurs were to say we're a great team by this point, we're a contender, and we draft, let's say we won the whole thing, drafting 30th, and Atlanta still sucks, and they draft 2nd. Well, we can go swappity-swoo, and now we're picking 2nd, and they're picking 30th. So that could be a very valuable pick in 2026. And I didn't know we had all these, or I forgot, or I was oblivious to it, whatever it may be, but we have a bajillion second-round picks in 2026 that I assume we're going to sell for cash or trade a couple, do something with these. We have our own, we have Utah's, and then we have these 3 second-round picks, and we receive the worst of the 3 picks. So what that means is if OKC drafts 33rd, Dallas drafts 35th, and Philly drafts 37th, we get the 37th pick. We get the worst out of those 3, and that happens with those next second round picks as well. Then in 2027, we're probably going to stop here. We have our own first round pick, and again, another possibly extremely valuable pick. Atlanta's first round pick, unprotected. That is, of course, guaranteed to convey. Again, it doesn't matter where they draft. It's ours. Then we have a few second round picks as well. So I want to just kind of go over this real quick because it gives you kind of a good idea of what picks are going to likely be ours and which probably are not. The Chicago Bulls are an interesting one to watch with their lottery pick. Right now, they're the 12th worst team in the NBA at the time of this video. Could they blow things up? Could they move on from DeRozan? I don't know his contract situation. I see a lot of talk about Zach LaVine maybe being available for trade if the Bulls totally just break it all down. Then those top 10, top 8 protected picks will probably not convey because they're going to suck and they're going to get those picks themselves. As far as the Spurs, we have a lot of draft capital. I broke it down by year. 2024, we have 4 picks. 25, we have 6. 26, we have 7. And 27, we have 4. And in 28, we have 5. That's way too much. We're not drafting 6 players in 2025. We sure as heck aren't drafting 7 players in 2026. So I understand why a lot of Spurs fans on one side are saying build through the draft because we have so many picks. And other Spurs fans are saying we have too many picks. Start trading those players for players that can help us win now. Let's not rush the rebuild. And we certainly don't want to keep drafting these guys that are going to go to the G League and maybe play 1 year and then not on the roster. We don't need to draft 5 Joe Wieskamps in 2026. No offense to Joe Wieskamp. He lasted 1 year with the team and he was a second-round pick. Sure, those picks, the picks you take in the second round that maybe you hit a home run. Manu Ginobili comes to mind right immediately. But more often than not, those second-round picks, they don't end up making it. We'll see. So hopefully that sheds some light on just all the draft capital we have, which is just a ton to work with, especially those unprotected picks from Atlanta. So good things are coming. 2025 could be a very interesting year for our Spurs. It'll be Wemby going to year number 3. That Atlanta pick, if they don't, if they blow things up and let's say Trae Young's not on our team, which to be honest with you, I have a feeling that could happen. I'm not saying I wanted to. I'm on the fence on that, but I think this Spurs are going to make a big move this offseason, and he could be the big player that's coming to San Antonio. So that's it. I'm starting to ramble. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, and as always, go Spurs, go.
Ready to